All right, we're going to get started with praying. This is connecting with God about things He cares about. Here are some ideas for you to pray on your own or with a group. God, one thing I'm still trying to figure out about you is, and just finish that sentence. God, help me to receive your love or mercy or grace today, whatever word you want to fill in there that you feel like you need. Or it could be, God, produce the fruit of the Spirit in me. It could be love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, or self-control. You could pick a scripture or verse. So go ahead and pause the video at this time and pray together in a group or by yourself. The second part is go, doing good wherever you are. There are ways to serve where you are, even if you can't go out and serve someone. You can send an encouraging text message, post a positive comment on social media, write an old-fashioned handwritten thank you note, call someone to brag on them or somebody else, do a chore for a family member so they don't have to do it later. Come up with your own creative idea of a way to serve someone. Go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Our third part is baptize. This means uniting with Jesus in new life. Now, certainly you can baptize someone. First and foremost, let me just say you have the authority to do that. Anybody can baptize anyone else. So if somebody wants to be baptized, go ahead and take this opportunity to do that and celebrate that. Otherwise, if you don't have an opportunity to baptize someone, just share how God is impacting your life or share what you're learning about God right now. If you want to go to a resource, there's a website called I Am Second, and you can find a short film there of someone's story. Watch that and discuss it. Whatever you choose to do, go ahead and pause the video and do it now. Now we come to the fourth and final part, which is teach. This is the bulk of our time together, is with the lesson. All of our teaching ultimately is about learning how to follow Jesus' way of love. Today, our lesson is called God Put Skin On. It's from John chapter 1, verses 1 through 18, and it starts our series in the Gospel of John. I encourage you to find an app like Bible Gateway or an actual Bible and read John chapter 1 together. You can stop after verse 18 if you want. So go ahead and pause the video and take time to read through John 1, verses 1 through 18 together now. So in one of our previous series, we talked about the 411 of Jesus, finding out who is Jesus to us by taking books in the New Testament, going to the first chapter and reading them. So in John chapter 1, this is what you're going to do. Find a version of the Bible that suits you. As you read through this part of John 1, follow these steps. Now, understand this might take a while as you dig into this part of the text. First thing you will do is circle any reference or pronoun for the word in the text. So if it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, every time you see the word, you're going to circle it. If it goes on through the rest of the passage and refers to the word as he or him, you will circle that pronoun. Then you will underline the adjectives or verbs that go with that name or pronoun each time. And finally, you will make a list, or you can do it in graphic form with a web diagram of all the descriptors of the word. Remember, just state it as you read it or observe it. No interpretation or opinion is necessary at this point. So go ahead and pause the video. You can do this as a group. You can do it in pairs. You can do it on your own independently and then come together and share. But this will take a while. Go ahead and break down John 1, 1 through 18, just like this. All right. Hopefully you have gone through that text and have those circles and underlines in the list. Here's an example of a web diagram. of what it could look like. So you take the word in verse 1 and you see everything that's descriptive about the word throughout there. So we know that the word was in the beginning. All things were made through him. The life and light of men was inside of him. He was not recognized by the world. He was not received by his own. The word also gave the right to become children of God to those who believe in his name. The word lived among us. The word became flesh or became human. The word described in all of these ways we can see has personhood. It's identified as a him or a he. The word is God. And another way of saying that is how God is made known. And ultimately, we find in this passage near the end that the word is explicitly identified as Jesus Christ. Now take your results from your exercise and have some discussion. First discussion question is, which items on your list are most challenging or confusing? So looking at our diagram here, we could pick any of these items. Which one of those is most challenging or confusing to you? Go ahead and discuss this question now. All right, our next question is discuss how much you can accept or believe each item on your list. So I want you to be honest about this. Just be real with each other. Include your questions and doubts. It's not a time to try to convince one another to hold certain views or to believe a certain way. Just listen to each other respectfully and carefully. So again, using this example, I could say that I really don't know if I believe that he is God, but I do believe that he lived among us. I do believe that he wasn't really received by his own people. You get the idea. So go ahead, pause the video, and have that discussion now. Finally, take all of the things that you have listed out and rank the top 3 items on your list in order of importance to you. So what is it most important to you to believe about the word or about Jesus? Pick your top 3. Do that on your own first, and then discuss and share as a group. Go ahead and do that now. All right. Well, that brings us to the end. Hopefully you had some good discussion with each other and conversation, and it was a blessing in one way or another from the people that you were sharing this with. So that's the best way to end. Share something that someone else said or did that impacted you during this time. Take some time to do that before you go, and then when you're all done, act with grace and simplify faith. Have a great day.